Hey, welcome back to We're All Just Tourists. I'm Jay. I'm your retired cop and a retired restaurant guy. And what I'm doing today is making uh, something called cornbread. A lot of people know how to make cornbread from a mix, but some people don't know how to make it from scratch, so this is going to do that. The last time we did with a little apple butter, now we're doing a little cornbread. So we're going to start that by turning the oven on, and the oven is actually going to set at 400 degrees. It's preheating right now, and it's not there yet, but it'll get there. So what I've done is I've taken about a half stick of butter, and it's salted butter. It's about a half stick. That's about 2 ounces, really. And we're going to put that in and put it in the oven and get this pan very hot and melt this fat, this oil. All right, so I've put together some of the ingredients that we're going to require. A little salt, baking powder, 1 large egg, about a cup of milk. You could use buttermilk. I don't have buttermilk, so we're using straight whole milk. I'll need some cornmeal. This is it's a stone ground from North Carolina, where I'm living, where I'm from. A little bit of sugar. Some people don't like very much sugar. I do like sweeter cornbread, so we're going to use that. I'll show you how much we use. And then flour. It's about 1 cup of flour, about 2/3 a cup of sugar, 1 cup of cornmeal, 1 cup of milk, about a tablespoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt, and 1 large egg. So I'm mixing up this dry ingredients. That's the flour, the cornmeal, sugar, baking powder, and salt. Make sure that's a nice mix in there. Now we have the other ingredients, the wet ingredients, most of them here, and that's the egg and the milk. I'm just whisking those together a little bit here. And of course we have butter melting in the oven getting hot. This is the butter. This is the butter that came out of the oven. I did let it get nice and hot. That's brown bits in there, which is actually good flour. That's the way that started to toast. It's not burnt. It's about the way that I want it. Now I'm going to mix that and put it into the dry, and then I'll put the other wet in there. We'll mix it, and then I'm going to move that back into this container, this pot. It's nice and hot, and it'll be greasy from the butter, and it will go back into the oven. So now I'm taking the mix that I've mixed, and we're pouring it in this hot pan. It's got the remnants of some of the butter in there, and this is going to go into here, and we'll put it right into the 400-degree oven that's already come up to temperature for me. Well, there you are. That's the finished product of about 45 minutes cooking at 400 degrees in just a regular oven. I have a convection oven, but this was not in a convection oven. What I'm going to do is it's set there for a minute, and I'm going to keep it in this hot container. In fact, I have a lid for this. It's a cast iron, it's like a mini Dutch oven, if you will. And it cooks really great for this, but it'll also store it. So what we're going to do is just going to, feels very, very tender. If you mix it too much, it'll get tough, and we don't want tough. So as we know, as we move bread and knead flour to make bread, it makes chewy. And I don't want chewy with my cornbread. What I want is I want a nice crumb. So I'm going to take this and put it over there. And let's see what the volume looks like, what the crumb looks like, and what this looks like. There it is cut. You can see the knob of butter melting down the top. Enjoy.